Hey everybody, Pastor Gray here, joined by my wife Becca, and we are going to just remind you today of our midweek gatherings that are coming up starting next Wednesday. So Wednesday, October 7th, we're going to have new classes at the church, and there's going to be a couple of different options for you. There's going to be a Psalm study, 8 weeks on the Psalms, looking at C.S. Lewis's book, and that's going to be an exciting study led by Rob Witham. And so I wish I could take that class myself, but I'm going to be leading the class on marriage alongside with Becca. We're going to be doing a marriage study together. So we'd love for you to sign up for those. A couple of notes about the marriage study that we're going to be having. One is that we originally pitched this as a young marrieds class, and that was to reserve spots for those who were newest to the marriage game. But we're actually expanding that out now, and we're letting other people in from different various stages of maturity to join us for those 8 weeks as well. So there are limited spots. There's about 5, maybe 6 spots left in the class, and so if you've been wanting to take it, then now's the time to definitely do that. So I wanted to just talk for just a second about why it is that we're doing this, and Becca and I had a heart to do this together. So Becca, maybe I'll turn it over to you. Why did you want to do a class together on this?
Well, marriage is always a lot of work, whether you have a lot of conflict or a little conflict. It's always a lot of work, and so anyone, no matter where you are, can benefit from learning more about ourselves and our spouses and how to love biblically. And then especially with this season that we're in as a nation and dealing with COVID and the quarantine, a lot of us are spending a lot more time together and a lot closer quarters, and so it just seemed like a really good time to really focus and maybe give some resources and tools to the marriages in our church.
That's right. We really have a heart for this, and as being on the front lines of ministry and seeing all these folks coming in, we know that marriage is a particular struggle for many people. It has been for us, even in our story, as Becca mentioned, and so we're really excited about this, to share what we've learned and are learning on the journey. So tell us a little bit, Becca, about how we're going to structure this class, because people might be wondering about that.
Sure. So we're going to be digging into some biblical instruction on what it means biblically to love. Gray will be leading that part of our evening, and then we're also going to be moving into a time where we're doing a really robust assessment together. Gray and I have done the training to be facilitators for the assessment and done the assessment ourselves, and each couple will have an opportunity to do that, where they just really dig deep into their own marriages and into who they are as individuals and how they view their spouse. And it creates a lot of opportunities for great positive discussion starters and maybe just communicating about things that aren't necessarily always communicated, but implied or understood in different ways by each spouse. And then we'll also be sure to include time for each couple to get time to speak together intentionally in each evening, and then you'll be sent home with resources to consider and to discuss together and as individuals in the weeks between the classes.
Yeah, and that assessment is really robust, and it's going to be, for the most part, private as well, something you can talk about with your spouse only. You don't have to share anything in a public setting, but it's really good at pointing out some of those problem areas. We've done our assessment. We're going to be talking about our own marriage as well during this process, and so it really highlights and flags some of those areas that you could have further discussion on. And so really excited about that tool, and also to see it in a biblical light and to bring God's word to bear on that, and to give some really practical things to take away, so that we can be a church that's really full of these robust marriages that are God glorifying and humble and all of these things. So we're excited to go on that journey with you. Thank you for signing up, those who already have. If you haven't yet, sign up on our website or in church. Sunday is the last day to sign up, so sign up on Sunday. Let us know what childcare needs you have. Free childcare, free pizza the first night. Hope to see you there.